Jimmy Wang Yang is a guy today that could probably headline WrestleMania, but he's only going to headline Fog Wrestling today. Welcome back to the channel, and Jimmy Wang Yang, a few comments about Chris Benoit, and I'm ready to dive into this. Oh yes, an 18-year-old story is what we've got here. Jimmy Wang Yang dealing some truths about Chris Benoit. So, well, his truths, we don't know if there's truth to it, but we'll dive into it. So he was speaking with Cheap Heat Productions. Was he looking for some cheap heat? Who knows, but that's what he had to say. And I quote, "Usually, I say no comment to this person, you know? Like, I don't care about his wrestling ability now. Like, what he did disqualifies him to me as a wrestler. Vince McMahon announced what happened. He said he found Chris dead, along with his wife and kid. I looked directly at Brian Kendrick and said, yep, he finally did it, huh? Like, he finally snapped and did that horrible act. And Brian, we both thought the same thing from our previous experiences with him. But after that, I was like, no, I don't want to think that. He did have this mansion in Atlanta. Maybe somebody robbed him and killed him and his family. It was crazy mixed emotions at that time. Then the next day they say, hey, we're going to do a tribute show to Chris. My gut felt weird. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do a tribute match to Chris Benoit. I need to see more facts about what happened. During the day, things started to leak out. I no-showed SmackDown because I didn't want to be a part of anything associated with what happened. If I got that feeling, I wasn't going. I just didn't feel comfortable. I had a bad feeling about what happened. I no-showed SmackDown and kind of got in trouble. But then it got cleared after everything came out. I just didn't want to be a part of it. So personally, I don't give a shit what wrestling match he did. All this other stuff, I don't care. The last thing he did, that's what sticks with me." End of quote. So, right, a lot to unpack here. I mean, I don't care what your previous experiences were with Chris Benoit, right? How bad would your previous experiences need to be with this guy for him to kill his family and himself, a double murder-suicide, for you to be like, well, I'm not surprised that happened? To me, the fact that Jimmy Wang Yang and Brian Kendrick thought that is crazy. But at the same, did they not voice concerns? You had William Regal as well, saying that Benoit would be like the last guy he would leave with his kids, and he didn't want his kids around Benoit. And it's like, is there truth to this? I mean, Jericho said he's like the first guy to leave his kids with. There's a lot of conflicting reports. I mean, what I would say is, this is 18 years later, right? If this broke like a week or two after the incident in 2007, then I think there'd be a bit more believability to it. But it just seems a bit far-fetched that Brian Kendrick, Jimmy Wang Yang, and the rest of the job squad on SmackDown are thinking, fuck, that's no surprise he done that. To me, that's weird. Like, you can think the guy was a bit off and a bit weird and a wee bit, I don't even know the right word is to describe Benoit. I mean, I didn't know him personally, and nobody watching this video did either. Unless, you know, Chavo Guerrero's reading this like a text message from him. But I don't understand this, man. It's like, was he really that bad? Like, how can, like, I mean, we're not talking about, like, Benoit beat up his wife here. Like, a domestic incident, right? We're talking about a double murder-suicide here, folks. Like, you know, we're not talking about, I mean, this is as extreme as it can get. So, I don't really understand Jimmy Wang Yang. Like, I want, like, here, the only truth would be to this is if you were Jimmy Wang Yang, Brian Kendrick, and other guys I discussed with this at the time, right? Because, I mean, I'm not calling the guy a flat-out liar, right? And by no means am I defending Chris Benoit, but to me, I just find it very far-fetched that he did this, and you've got guys sitting there when McMahon announced it saying, well, fuck, he finally did it. It's like, what? Like, how are these concerns not, like, voiced? Like, if they genuinely believed that Chris Benoit was capable of this incident, should the higher-ups in the company know have been informed? Like, here, how can we have a guy in a company that we feel like is a split second away from producing a massacre? I don't know, man. Leave your thoughts down below. Jimmy Wang Yang. I mean, I've always liked Jimmy Wang Yang. I thought he was a good mid-carder, and fuck it, I'd put him above Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. His wee cowboy hat, his wee lasso, every day of the week. But he also says that he refused to do the tribute shows and he didn't turn up. after what happened. And I mean, he says he doesn't care about his wrestling ability, and that's fine. Jimmy Wang Yang can think that. I mean, people want him in the Hall of Fame. Never going to happen, folks. Never going to happen. Never in a million years is Chris Benoit getting in the Hall of Fame. Not in a million years. People need to hold that L in that regard. But yeah, what do you guys think? Jimmy Wang Yang, is he shooting for the hip? Is he fabricating? Is he bullshitting? Or is he speaking the truth? I don't know what to believe, because I don't know. Seems a wee bit crazy. A wee bit crazy indeed.